mainly a concern of media professionals. Everyone and their dog are media makers. We now live in the age of mass interactivity, with all the enormous potential, but also enormous risks that brings. 2011, here we are in 2011, in November 2011, facing those risks. And we were warned in many ways about this. But we believe those warnings to be the stuff of scaremongering. Scaremongers, of course, many of which inhabited the ivory towers of universities. Nostalgic for the old days, very many of them. The old days of the media profession, the old days of media regulation. And we dismissed them. We dismissed their concerns about the loyal fourth estate. How wrong we were. We now know the error of our ways, and as communications minister, as minister assisting the Minister of Communication, I want to preface my remarks today with a heartfelt assurance that I do indeed acknowledge the mistakes we have made, the horrors that have been unleashed this year under the rubric of social media, force us as a government to abandon conventional political rhetoric. And yes, apologise. Yes, we apologise for not having sooner realised the full ramifications of unregulated social media interactivity. The regulation of communication in this country internationally was written for a bygone era. Public communication in that era, that long gone now, centred on the media profession. Some of these professions regulated themselves, admittedly, because they feared government regulation, so they regulated themselves. Others were, and still are, directly regulated by government agencies. The need for regulation and the content of these regulations is the product of centuries of legal debate. And latterly, of course, last 100 years or so, intense deliberation amongst the democratically elected representatives, like myself, in consultation with the communications industry. So the regulatory frameworks that were established for the media professions were established democratically. And I'm proud of my role in my 2 decades of parliamentary work. I've been a member of Parliament, now for 20 years. I'm proud of my role, and now as Minister, assisting Minister, in developing the regulatory system. And that system, of course, expresses our values as Australians. We have struck a delicate balance between guaranteeing the freedoms that underpin our democratic system. Of course, in Australia, we have a fundamental right, freedom of political communication. Without freedom of political communication, we do not have democracy. Of course, we have sought in regulating the media to protect that freedom. Guaranteeing the freedoms that underpin our democratic system. But at the same time, we've been very conscious in regulating the media professions that we need to protect those freedoms against those that would threaten them, against those that would abuse their freedom and thereby threaten the freedoms of others. We have been very committed to the idea of the fourth estate. The notion of the fourth estate that goes back to the very birth of democracy. The idea of the media